NASCAR announced a huge penalty to Chase Briscoe and the number 19 Joe Gibbs Racing Team following the Daytona 500. This is over at NASCAR.com. Just to be clear, Briscoe finished fourth, or had finished fourth at the Daytona 500 on Sunday night, but that is no longer the case. This is what NASCAR.com reports. Following further inspection at the NASCAR R&D Center in Concord, North Carolina, NASCAR found modifications to the spoiler of the number 19 Toyota driven by Chase Briscoe. According to the NASCAR rulebook, an L2 level penalty includes modifications to next-gen single-source vendor supply parts and or assemblies. Joe Gibbs Racing was found to be in violation of Section 14.1 of the rulebook, which pertains to overall assembled vehicles rules, and 14.5.8, which deals with the spoiler. Specifically, the spoiler base was found to be modified on the number 19 car. The spoiler base is a single-source part and cannot be modified. Briscoe was docked 100 driver points and 10 playoff points. Joe Gibbs Racing was fined $100,000 and deducted 100 owner points as well as 10 playoff points. Crew chief James Small was suspended for 4 races. Other penalties were also handed out after Daytona. The number 34 Front Row Motorsports and number 51 Rick Ware racing teams were penalized for a safety violation with ballast found outside the ballast containers. Drivers Todd Gilliland and Cody Ware were each docked 10 points, and their respective teams were also docked 10 owner points. So we kind of knew those penalties for Todd Gilliland and Cody Ware were coming. This is over at racingnews.co. They reported on what Elton Sawyer had to say to Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. I think it was yesterday. And he said this, we'll address that this morning. It's basically unapproved mounting of ballast, that one. I don't have any real sympathy for them. They're taking hydration systems that are for the driver that are critical and putting ballast in it, that's just not cool. So we knew that was coming. Elton Sawyer had signaled that those penalties were coming, but we did not know that this penalty to Chase Briscoe was coming and to Joe Gibbs Racing losing crew chief James Small for 4 races, being fined $100,000, and Briscoe being docked 100 driver points as well as 10 playoff points. So I think if we go to the standings, he's likely to be last. Now, obviously, Ryan Blaney leading because he was eventually able to get a 7th place finish, won stage 2, and I think he had a strong stage 1 finish as well. So he's leading with 51 points. But I think we're going to have to go down here to find Chase Briscoe. Maybe it hasn't been updated yet because one would think that he's like negative. He's negative on here. They still have him listed in 10th. So this clearly has not been updated with 33 stage point or 33 points. Obviously, he's going to be losing 100. So what is that? Minus, I don't know. I can't do the math in my head right now. It's like minus 77 or something like that, I want to say. So he has clearly got a lot to make up, given the fact that I think he finished 4th, 33 points. That's 2 races, basically, is what he got penalized right there. And obviously had a really good finish at the Daytona 500. So he has got a lot of work to do now to make up this penalty. Puts him way behind. But obviously, NASCAR not messing around when it comes to the single supplier parts. We've seen penalties like this in the past, so it's not really surprising that this penalty came, and they are going to continue to punish teams that make these kind of modifications to these single supplier parts, such as the spoiler. But that is the huge news, penalty news from the Daytona 500. Let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below.